Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Hacking Self Storage. Today, we're talking about my Glasgow monthly figures for February, how well we did, etc., and all that good stuff. Because it's a relatively new site, I think this will be a fairly quick episode. Okay, so first of all, Glasgow is my sixth and newest site. We hopefully will be announcing early next week or maybe even late this week our site number seven. Was so close. But yes, Glasgow was our site number six, and do you want to know something crazy? I can't believe I'm saying this. I don't know if I've actually mentioned this before. I got to heads of terms without even seeing Glasgow. I didn't physically see Glasgow. And to be honest, that did cost me. Well, it didn't cost me because I still had gone for it, but I didn't realize the amount of groundwork that needed, the amount of investment to get the ground right. Um, and when I first got there, I was like, oh my God, what have I done? What have I done? I should I should have done more research into this place. But luckily, I knew the demographics, I knew the area, I knew it was underserviced, and it was the right decision, comfortably the right decision. But I did it without viewing it, and I've never ever done that before because Glasgow's so far away from me, like 4 or 5 hours, and I thought, yeah, ticks all boxes, let's go for it. And it nearly bit me in my bum. But Glasgow has been wonderful. Don't get me wrong, it hasn't been a grand slam bonus dunking thing like Mansfield, but it's been a home run. It really has. It just reminds me how good containerized storage can be and how many people overlook it. Containerized storage can be cash flow kings. They really can split off some awesome cash flow. I mean, to be honest, I've made mistakes with Glasgow because I didn't realize how popular it would be. I didn't know that we would get this much custom. I didn't know that we'd fill up this quickly, and it's caught me with my pants around my ankles, and I not literally, but I didn't order containers quick enough. And I've got Charlene, the person who works up there. I've got Dane, oh my containers, come on, we need to do it. That's by the way, that's exactly how Charlene sounds. And I'm like, yeah, shoot, okay, Charlene. And and so now we need to develop the second part of it. So I think we've got 47 containers. We've ordered another 12 or something. We can squeeze them on or something like that. I should know those figures. Um, we've got including some 10 foots in there as well. And then we can develop the rest of it and we can get, another 60-ish containers on there at least. And so we're developing that side of it. The only problem is it costs like 40 grand to develop that bit of land, which is a lot of money. Um, but we've got to pay it. We've got to pay it because ultimately this is going to be a wonderful site, an absolute wonderful site. And yeah, the demand up there has just been fantastic. It really has. And we're right near Ibrox. Anyway, let's dive into the monthly figures. And bearing in mind, I have cancelled all Google ads. So all these quotes are coming. It's incredible, really. This is why I'm a big proponent of testing. Are your Google ads working? Do you know what? Test them. Turn them off. Turn them off a little bit. See the implications, see the impact on your business. Your SEO, we're paying 2.5 grand at the minute for somebody for SEO. I'm going to stop it because we don't know what impact it's having on the business. You don't know until you stop something. And then once you've stopped it, you can have a look at the data and think, okay, does it make sense or not? 28 quotes over the moon. Forget all the conversion rates, by the way, because we haven't had any units free when one comes available, when we fill it, so we only have 47 units. We've got, at the end of February, we had 46 full. And that's only because somebody moved out and there's somebody's waiting to take it early in March. They took it. So 28 quotes. We had 5 reservations, so only 5 reservations. On the face of it, that's shocking. But when you're turning people away, you can't reserve people if you haven't got the units. So 18% conversion rate, don't read into that whatsoever. Move-ins, I think we had 3 move-ins. So that's a conversion rate of 11%. Again, don't read anything into that. We moved in 640, don't read into that because what is the point of me telling you? Don't read into anything I'm telling you apart from containerized storage is really, really good. Really good. And tomorrow, by the way, I'm going to talk about Storage Bros, who I've just come across their TikTok. And honestly, I must have I know I did the way I said it because I was just like, "Hi, look at these guys, Storage Bros. They're amazing. Look what they're doing. Oh my God, they're doing it. I love them." And Claire was like, "What are you doing on a Sunday morning watching watching these two guys from down south?" But I was like, "Yeah, but Claire, this is television. They're getting more views than I've ever got. Honestly, one of them, I think, got 100 and some thousand on TikTok. Mental." Anyway, we'll go into it tomorrow because I really, really think that they need a shout out in the self storage industry because they're going to they're at the minute they've gone to the wider market where people are thinking, oh yeah, self storage is cool, and then so I just I want to highlight people's journeys. Like I've got a call with somebody in my course after this as soon as I finish this because they're opening up a fair site, and I love it. I love hearing about people's journeys. Cannot wait to get on the call with this guy and just say, right, tell me everything. What are you doing? How's it going? What? Because I just think that self storage changed my life, and it can do the same for you as well. And I'm not promoting my course or anything like that because I do have a course about self storage, but it's not for sale at the minute. Um, but I just think self storage has just been wonderful, wonderful. It's given me so much, and so if I can help give something back by talking about self storage, then it's amazing. And these storage bros, don't know. I'm gonna. Do you know what? I need to get them on the podcast and ask them how they found out about self storage. I know they did an episode about it because I've got a podcast as well, but I don't think I think it's only on YouTube and Spotify, and I don't listen to podcasts on Spotify, so I couldn't find it on normal podcasting platforms, the Apple podcasting platform. But yeah, I'm sure they mentioned it, but I can't remember. Anyway, we'll talk about it tomorrow. But containerized storage is beautiful. So 640 square foot moved in, 960 move out, but don't take any notice of it because we were full. 320 square foot down, 46 containers rented out. We average lifetime, average customer value 159. I think that's really good for a containerized storage. Churn rate based on square foot was 16%. I actually think that's really high, really high. I wouldn't expect it to be normally that high. Average insurance, stores average, we're averaging £8,000. Average 8,161 overall. So that's really good. But last month we averaged 3,500. So that's not great. Right. Key things to know. Quotes are on the low side, but we cancelled our PPC. So you'd expect that. Reservations were low again. Move-ins were low again, but you'd expect that because we was full. Conversions was very low. They always are at Glasgow. I don't know why, but we're cheap as chips. So I'd expect us to get bigger conversions. But again, last month, it's don't read into it. We can't read into it because we didn't have any units. Cancelled and expired reservation was zero, so that's good. Cost to acquire a customer was zero, so that's awesome. Square foot moved in wasn't great. Again, that's because we didn't have any units available. Square foot moved out. The churn rate on these figs is incorrect. Right. Yeah, it's actually 13%. Yeah, we had a problem with my sheet, and so I've read that wrong. By the way, I said churn rate was 16%. 13% still isn't good. It's a lot higher than I thought. Not great churn rate for a container site. Yes, I get it. But we've got to remember that we've only got 47 units in there. So if we lose 3 units, all of a sudden the churn rate is massive. So the more units we get, the lesser the churn, if you get my drift. Net square foot, I put bad month here, 94% occupied. Can't argue with that. Average insurance sold for the whole site is £8,000. Revenue, best month revenue ever. But you'd expect that as we're a new site. So you'd expect every single month to be more. I put 6 out of 10. I think Dean, you're being way high. This Dean disagrees with past Dean when I wrote that out. But to be fair, it's hard to score the site in February as we're just about full. Yeah, I think 7.5 out of 10. I think Dean, you were wrong. 6 out of 10. I always this. Isn't it funny how one day you can have one opinion and another day you can have a completely different opinion. I think reading my notes here. I think I put like square foot moved in wasn't great. Conversions are low. Move-ins were low. Reservations were low. And I'm like, and I put again, I'm like, give it a break. You can't reserve anything because we didn't have anything available. Come on, Dino. So yeah, I think that's a bit harsh there. So 7.5 out of 10. I don't know what we could have done more. So there is my Glasgow site. I love it. Absolutely love it. I think it's fantastic. And it's opened my eyes to containerized storage again. Not that I didn't know how good it was, because obviously Beverly is an amazing site and does fantastically well. But it just goes to show you we've opened another one and it's doing just as good. And the next site number 7, which we can announce soon, is also a containerized site. All right, my friends, much love, much appreciation. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.